Europe's financial crisis is showing that even the strongest economies are not immune to struggles. As desperation spreads into Germany, fears are growing that there could be a wave of attacks by far-right groups on immigrants who they are blaming for their unemployment. RT's Peter Oliver explains.
This sleepy town in Saxony seems idyllic. However, even here, right-wing extremists have made life hell for people who came to this country to set up businesses. Mohammed came to this town in the east of Germany from Pakistan to open a pizzeria. He and those working for him suffered abuse and attacks at the hands of local youths.
Every time we called the police, and the police came every time we called them. But until now, they haven't found anyone. They threatened to kill us, and now we have a real fear. We cannot continue like this anymore.
The pizzeria is now closed after the last attack in early May. Mohammed explained to me how a group aged between 18 and 25 gathered outside the shop near closing time. They broke windows and taunted the terrified staff, telling them to go home. A small explosive device was detonated, which fortunately didn't cause any injuries, but means the pizzeria is having to undergo an expensive refit. Right-wing violence on the streets of Germany. The country saw a rise in extremist violence after reunification in 1989, followed by an economic slump in the east, which caused people to look to the far right. Anti-fascist campaigners are warning that due to Europe's current financial predicament, we could see a similar rise again.
Today we are facing developments in the old parts of East Germany. A lack of jobs leads to hopelessness and despair, which are the main ingredients that readies young heads for far-right ideology.
There is a belief among activists that the issue of right-wing extremism is being ignored by large numbers of the German people.
Education is only part of this problem. We also need society as a whole to pay more attention to it. There needs to be more options for cultural integration, especially for young people.
Germany's far-right National Democratic Party, or NPD, have faced calls for them to be banned from politics. The NPD say that they are vehemently opposed to any organisation carrying out violent attacks and are working with young people to try and educate them.
Our message to young people who come to our seminars is that it's not the kebab seller who is your enemy, but rather the politicians who are at the wheel of the country.
However, those words won't reopen Mohammed's pizzeria. His isn't the only business in this town to face this type of attack.
I came here 7 years ago from Vietnam. I've been targeted twice, youths throwing rocks through my windows.
As even Germany's robust economy starts to really feel the pinch of the Eurozone crisis, there are concerns that we could see a further rise in social problems in the country's poorer areas. Peter Oliver, RT, Germany.